I've been trying to look at the history of what gets back to somebody like Asari Dokubo, who his name is Chukuma. His Igbo name is Chukuma, and it's been believed that he came from a place called Abia State, and his father is Ediabali. Ediabali is an Igbo name, but you can see the conspiracy, that is playing out. That Ndoki, let me give you a brief history. There are people they call Ndoki, Ndoni, if you are conversant with Abia State and thereafter. And I want to tell you the combination of those people is what gives birth to what we call then as Ijoid. Can you pronounce that? Can Asari Dokubo pronounce Ijoid? That's the typical name and not Ijaw. They say it's Ijaw. The element, a significant percentage of the Anang people, a significant percentage of the Idu people that migrated from Igodomigodo, led by a man, an Igbo man called Akalaka, migrated to those Aziz. They did not come from, as a result of generational change. That's why they come about with Ijaw. The respelling of Ijaw is Ijoid. And I can tell you the meaning in Ndoki. Ndoki people, they are the Akwete people. That's what they call Akwete. Are you an Igbo man? Go and check the history. That's what they call Akwete in the ancient days. So the crisis to destroy and decimate the Igbo influence and advancement has been crippled into by the Fulanis immediately after the war. They said this one not be Igbo. We not be Igbo. We not be this. And because of the skewed mentality of the people like Asari Dokubo, they played into their hands. And that's why today the entire mineral resources that was located in those areas are dominated by Fulanis. Igbo, we know the next Ohaneze president, let me say it on this platform, is going to equate people in Port Harcourt, River State. After the tenure of Emmanuel Iwanyanwo, we are zoning the next Ohaneze president to Port Harcourt. Okay, are you listening to me? Yes. When the time comes, they are just wasting their time. It's not for them to decide. And like Kano said, we will not allow an inch of Biafran territory to anybody. Let them continue. His era will come and go. There's a lot of underground campaign and sensitization to revert the damage done by Yorubas and Hausas against the Igbo's influence in the South-South. We are working on it. That consciousness needs to. Is they saying abandoned property? The people who are Igbo deny their Igbo heritage. Few years after, the same Igbos they rejected from Port Harcourt have bought everywhere in Port Harcourt. Everywhere. And that is where we found ourselves today. And that was why when we look at the people, somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you can see what is happening in the north. The Hausas have given Fulanis in the north quick notice. For now? You can see what is happening in Yoruba land. The agitation for restructuring or balkanization. Bro, it's not a... Bro, what in Nigeria? It's not a matter of... People who are advocating for Nigeria are people who are busy lining up their pockets. But when the revolution is going to come, it's not going to come from there. It's going to come from the street, like what we saw during the NSAS. Unfortunately, Tinubu understands this very well. He should let Nnamdi Kanu have his way. Nigeria cannot experience any form of advancement without the touch of the salt. Nigeria have lost its taste because the salt is no longer there. The consciousness of restoration is what the likes of Atiku Abubakar, Saraki, Bukola Saraki, Sule Lamido, Babangida, the former governor of Niger State, and a host of them are laying the foundation for my Obi is coming. Obi is coming. Obi is coming. Maybe before then, we are looking at what is going to happen in the United States of America any moment from now. Joe Biden is not a Biafran supporter. And he's not going to win second term. Anybody that does not support Israel cannot go for second term. And that is what is going to happen. This is not a child, it's not a matter of sentiment. This is reality. We need to keep the word. What we will give the word, the original plan that God has given this earth. So Tinubu should look at issues the way they are and be able to sit down any moment from now, having lost 1 year to conquer one, and begin to look inward. If these ministers are the problem, sack them. Bring in fresh brains, technocrats. Nigeria can work. If Nigeria fail under Tinubu, well, I don't know how you are going to look at the intellectuals, the cerebrals of Yoruba extraction, whom Tinubu actually represents at that level. Not to talk about Woloshenka. We saw the remarks coming from former president of Nigeria talking about Olusegun Obasanjo. Woloshenka understands some certain things, which I agreed with him. But this is not a matter of your interest, it's a matter of national interest. We are going to get to that level, a situation where Nigerians and Nigeria will defend and decide to work for the country. Or the country will refuse to work for Nigeria. If Nigeria refuses to work for the country will refuse to work for Nigeria. There should not wait for an evil man to come and fix the roads of 104 years. See as the Yoruba now will start keep Nigeria now. And Yoruba group finish, they carry give Yoruba man. See the Yoruba man now. He does not know what is called economy. He does not understand the policies of floating the naira. Tinubu is putting the cart before the horse. He's putting the cart before the horse. How can you put cart in the front and the horse will be at the back? There will be confusion and collusion. Don't put Nigeria in auto. We don't need it. You put Nigeria in auto, you go to this and you are that simple guy. You are doing your hand like this. That simple guy. Have a rethink on the strike you cost Nigerians for 1 year now. Have a rethink on the stress APC have cost Nigerians for over 9 years now. As a progressive, I am not against Una Nigeria, but I would have loved a situation. They are planning to remove Arise or compare trust. Who will not trust? Nobody trusts anybody. They say they want to go back to the old one now. Oh God of our what? Creation. You understand what I'm saying? You can see how they move from here to this place. But the fact is to remain. One day they will come and start thinking on how to remove the name Nigeria. Bro, they are confused though. A whole National Assembly, they don't have anything to discuss. Now how to remove a national anthem. And revert to, they sit down and cross their leg. We go remove her. This one say I don't go remove her. We go remove her. This one say I don't go remove her. You look at them. Plus, these guys. Bros, a pint of Gary now. A pint of Gary. A pint of Gary. I'm not saying they don't buy paint now. Now trailer they buy, pack am for house. But those who buy a pint of Gary on daily basis, they have denied them sense of belonging. They have sabotaged the economy of over 150 million Nigerians and throw them back to poverty. Who can do it well? That's when you talk about leadership. Hand over Nigeria to Obi, Peter Obi. Hand over Nigeria 2027 to Peter Obi. Igbos have sacrificed a lot. Yorubas and Hausas should sit down. This is not a matter of politics, so. This is not a. Look at how a man less than 40 years or thereabout became the president of Senegal. All the whole coalition forces and political parties in Senegal said this is what we want, irrespective of political differences. Look at Nigeria. Is it the Nigeria Woloshaika will be proud of? Can Woloshaika come out and tell me that this is the Nigeria you're proud of? We don't want to question anybody's identity or where you're coming from. But those who experience it can tell the story even more than the best teacher. We are moving towards a state of what is happening in Kano will become a national threat. A decided threat against Igbos will one day collapse. Nigeria, including the Hausas and the Yorubas, will see that actually Igbo man does not hold anybody ransom. We are not a threat to anybody. Our slogan, our tradition, our culture has always been don't die, yo. Don't die. If you say I will not perch, don't die. But show me where I go, Berele.
Tell me where I will perch. Show me where I will perch.
That is the Igbo man's ideology.
Yes.
If you say this one is not good for me, show me the one where good. I can survive from there.
If the eagle perches, the kite perches, the hawk perches. Anyone that says no to other birds should refer to them where they should perch.
That is what I'm saying. And that was what Igbo man represents. Anywhere, that's our culture. That's the background and the fundamental tradition of every Igbo man. We are Jewish people. We are Jews, and nobody's going to take that away from us. We are Jews of this country. We are Jews of Africa. We are Jews of West Africa. We are the black Jews. Because our culture and that of the Israeli culture. This man is from Igodo. He's a Jewish man too. God bless you, sir.
This man has won my heart. This man has won my heart. Oh. He has just won my
heart. So, in a nutshell, I celebrate everybody, especially the Biafrans, May 30, and I say kudos to those who stood and gave us identity. God bless you. That's why sometimes when I sit down, I reminisce on the past. And I check the future, I look back, I look front, I look sideways. I was able to discover only one thing, and that thing I discovered was about Fela and Nicola Bokuti, whom I always make reference to. Do you know what they call them? They call them government what? Magic. He said, when you want to buy something, they will add money. That's Fela and Nicola Bokuti. When you think that they are about to do something, everything will spoil. He said it's government magic. That was how he defined Nigerian government. Since that time, till date. You see what Tinubu is doing? He has lost track with reality. Unfortunately, Tinubu's 1 year in office has been very, very, very disastrous. Nigerians are mourning. Since May 29, he was inaugurated into office to date. Nigeria has mourned for good 1 year without any form of thing to show. He said, when fella said, how would the fella, he said, suffering and doing what? Smiling. 99 people are standing in a bus that has only 29 people. Do you understand the kind of economy where you have 99 people standing and the seat there is 29? Do you understand the ideology, the concept, the philosophy of Fela Nicola Bakuti? That was the typical example of what Remi Tinubu, and Tinubu are trying to tell Nigerians, including Sheyi, his son, the president's son. He said Nigeria should be patient. Buhari, Nigeria, we are patient for Buhari for 8 years. Then why are you there? People are saying maybe Tinubu to an extent, of course, without his possibility of returning to Asari come 2027. You see what is playing out in the Kano now? You see the conflicting court order and judgment. You see that what you are seeing there is they have continued to destroy the traditional institution in Nigeria. If somebody like the emirship in Kano can be tampered with, that means these politicians are extremely dangerous because of what they are lining up their pocket with. You see Sanusi, Adebayero, you see what's happening in Kano, conflict, court judgment, and thereabout. It is not about the traditional institution. It's not about the custody of those traditional institutions. It's about 2027. If Tinubu loses Kano, if Sanusi retains his position as the emir of Kano, bye-bye for Tinubu. The struggle to bring back, as I'm talking to you now, Adebayero is being given federal might. But let us see what is going to unveil at the end of the day. And that is Nigeria, 1 year of Tinubu's administration in let me tell you, you see, the manner of which the whole thing was done is quite suspicious. You know that the same thing happened to Sanusi, and he walked away gently. And this one, he had to go to the National Assembly, State National Assembly, and repeal that act and make it legal for the restoration of Sanusi as the emir of Kano. So he went through that legal process. Now, Adebayero is saying that he got one court order, and you can see wherever he is now, another federal high court order is already playing out, as I'm talking to you now, that Sanusi should move out from that place.